All right, throw away the seeds. NC State is a legitimate team. They are complete from guards, from forwards, to big men, depth. They're one of the best defensive teams in the country now, making 6 straight opponents going back to the ACC tournament shoot under 40% from the field. And obviously, this run against Tech, Oakland, Marquette, Duke, all really good teams, including Oakland. Oakland's really good. I think the fact they played NC State so tough proves how good of a team they were. But what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? I wouldn't know. I skipped physics in high school. I realized you didn't have to take it to graduate. So I'm like, all right, everyone else in the grade can take it. I'm not going to take it. Well, what do I need to know? All I need to know is object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion. That's good enough for me. But I look at Burns as the unstoppable force because he's been on a tear. He's captured America's heart. He's coming off a 29-point performance against Duke, while Zach Edey has been an immovable object at 7'4", 300 pounds in college basketball for years now, and he's coming off a 40-point performance against Tennessee. And for me, looking at that matchup, I think if you can put Burns on Edey, and Burns can just apply resistance. That's the big word, is resistance, where if you don't have to double him, that's huge. Edey's going to get his, no matter what, no matter who he's playing. He's played against Giants before. You go back to when he was a sophomore, he played against Kofi Coburn, Hunter Dickinson's. I'm definitely missing a few, but he's played against his fair share of Giants. Ballo from Arizona this year, and he's had success. But if you don't have to double him when Burns is on the court, the reason why that's so big is because Purdue is the second best three-point shooting team in the country. For a long time, they were the first. Recently, they just dropped to second. They're shooting 40.6% from three on the season. But Purdue is so much different than they were last year, where okay, if you blitz Edey, you double team him, you kick it out to a shooter, hope he miss. Maybe they will miss. This year, everyone's knocking it down at a super high clip. So on the offensive side, I do think Burns might be a little limited against a guy like Zach Edey. If Edey just sits on his right shoulder and his left hand, I have a hard time seeing Burns finishing through Edey's length, and I have a hard time seeing him bulldozing Edey. I just don't think it's going to happen. And the other intriguing matchup that not enough people will be talking about heading into this matchup is DJ Horne versus Lance Jones. Lance Jones, for NC State fans, he's Purdue's most physical, oldest guard, best defender out on the perimeter by far. He's been the X factor for Purdue this season. And then, Horne, he's obviously the leading scorer for NC State. He's a true bucket, and both guys are fifth-year seniors. They're old, they're battle-tested. But for NC State to win this game, I think Horne needs to pop off and dominate this matchup. I think we're going to need to see a big game from Horne. So that's another matchup to watch out for. And then, once again, throw away the seeds with NC State. I want you to look at them as a team from these last 9 games. Throw out the entire body of work because Michael O'Connell, the guy who had the big shot against Virginia, was averaging 5.8 points per game on the season. In the last 9, he's averaging 10 points per game. Burns is averaging 13 on the season. Now he's averaging 16 in the last 9. Diarra, he's averaging 6.4 and 7.8 rebounds per game on the season. In the last 9 games, he's averaging 9.8 and 11.9 rebounds per game. And on the flip side, Jaden Taylor's role has been reduced a little bit, but NC State's been finding ways to win in close games. And then Purdue proved they can win in a close game. Against Tennessee, they found a way to win despite going 3 of 15 from 3, which dropped their percentage, which puts them in second now in the country, 3-point field goal percentage. They found a way to win. Edey was incredible, putting up 40 points against a really tough Tennessee team, one of the best defensive teams in the country once again. But one more big key for NC State to win this game, because Purdue is obviously the favorite. For NC State to pull off this upset, I think they got to play physical and force Purdue's guards to commit some turnovers. They take good care of the ball, Purdue does. Not great care. They average about 11 turnovers per game, and NC State takes fantastic care of the ball on the season, about 10 turnovers per game. And in the last 9 games, I believe it's under 10. So my prediction for this game, now that I've talked long enough, I'm leaning towards Purdue. I don't think they'll cover the spread, though. I believe the spread's 9.5. I think NC State can win this game. They're a legitimate team. They've proven that. But I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to give the edge to Purdue. They are on a mission. Everyone's on a mission right now, but they are on a mission, and they have the best player in the country, and they have a bunch of shooters around him. They look really good lately. So that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is your first video with me, make sure to like and subscribe for more college basketball content. See you next time.